I rated every aim trainer that I could find and ended up spending over 100 euros on this shit. But I actually found some cool ones and even one that will replace aim labs for me. So yeah, let's just get started with the most famous ones. Aim labs. I feel like I don't need to talk about this too much. Good. It's the most common aim trainer people use because it's completely free. It has a lot of options. I've used it a bunch. It has many exercises. It's just great. And it has a custom builder. It's pretty advanced. I don't think it's super easy to make your own like scenario, but overall Aimlabs is just really good. There's a reason why everyone recommends it, but it is a little cluttered for me. There's a lot of like paid options, like the shop, the events. It almost feels like it's more than just an aim trainer, you know? Dude, this is so much. What the hell? 50 euros for the DLCs. But for this first rating, I will still have to put it in the insane category. Next up is Kovacs. I've actually never played this or tried this. I'm pregnant. But I see it recommended by a lot of people. Just play the game more instead of some third-party meme software drivel bullcrap that spies on you and uses your GPU as a crypto miner. You're all a bunch of schmucks who have been taken for fools. To me, it feels like the more hardcore version of Aimlabs, like for the more die-hard aim trainers, because it is a bit more expensive, so you have to make that commitment. But it does feel way more in-depth and streamlined. The UI feels a lot faster, very intuitive, and yeah, it does feel way more try-hard. You can also create custom scenarios, find many playlists. This just feels like a better Aimlabs for people that really want to hone in on like specific things to improve their aim. But I think for a majority of people, just having Aimlabs for free is a lot better. But I'm still putting it in the insane category because it is, for a lot of reasons, still one of the more popular aim trainers out there. Aim Academy. This is completely free and has a super interesting description. The combination of sports science and gaming leads to the most efficient way of training in gaming. I don't know what that means. Then when you launch the game, it has an absolute banger soundtrack. Ooh. Yeah. Oh. Damn. But overall, the design is very sleek. It feels very responsive. Now, I wasn't sure what to expect, and I was really surprised. Instead of like your traditional aim trainer, this actually took a very different approach, and I really liked it. Oh, and it changes the way that the target moves. Wait, this is kind of cool. A tight mouse grip. Okay. Notice the mouse sensitivity change? No, I actually did not. So I'm terrible with elbow. Is that what it says? I'm really good with shoulder. As when you were performing best with the current sensitivity. Okay, so it tells me my sensitivity is fine. Now, this isn't something that you will use every day to aim train. There's way better trainers out there. But if you're a beginner and you're figuring out your sensitivity or like how to use your wrists and your arm, this is completely free. I would definitely try it. I will put it in the second tier. Aim Academy. No, not Aim Academy. Aim Academy. Now, this has a price tag, which is not nothing, but it looks a bit more scuffed. God rank 1 on every scenario on first attempt. And when you launch it, it looks even more scuffed. I think the worst thing is probably the settings in this game. Crosshair. I'll take a dot. I don't know how big it is. Unlucky. Where? There's no Valorant? Okay. Here's 0.3. Yes. No! Why the fuck does it not let me? No. Okay. No. What? Dude, this is so scuffed. Why can I not just... It only has a couple options or a couple exercises that you can do, and they're okay. You can play them. Oh, dude, the sensitivity is so bad. If you can get your settings to work out properly. But you get pretty much no content. The quality looks pretty bad. This feels very unresponsive. What the fuck? It's way too expensive for that. This has to go in the trash tier. Aimbots. Now this has an even more expensive price tag, and it also looks pretty scuffed. Best for shouting gamers. When you launch the game, you realize that it is scuffed as well. At least you can change your sensitivity. Then when playing it, it feels more like you are actually playing a game than training your aim. Even though the description says it's to train your aim. You're just playing through some very low quality levels with different weapons. What is this water gun? Do I have to find enemies in a maze? What kind of aim trainer is this? I need to get out of here. At least the custom level builder is kind of easy to use and could be fun. I enjoyed messing around with it a little bit, but this is never worth the money and I don't think you should use this as an aim trainer. Aim Climb. Now this is one of the more interesting ones on this list. It's again 569 and the reviews were also pretty good. Catgirl Aim. It gave me carpal tunnel. When launching, the art style seemed pretty basic, like a very simple game. I also didn't like the crosshair. You don't have that many settings. And it's mostly a game that just requires aiming to play it, or like kind of aiming, not really aiming, if that makes sense. It reminded me of Jump King and Getting Over It, and it was just as frustrating and difficult. No, what does this mean? There's no way. I think this would be a really fun substitute to aim training for a lot of people. I think it also helps you, but I don't think you want to use this as an aim trainer itself. Still something worth checking out. Aim God. Now this is the price tag for the game, and the reviews are also surprisingly good. 10 out of 10. Holy shit. So I was excited to try it, but immediately the settings were already really bad. This is weird. The motion blur is weird. Why would you add motion blur to this? It has a couple scenarios, but honestly, where, huh? Where? What is happening? It is again very minimal, and the scenarios don't even feel that good. But what is probably the worst thing about this game is how buggy it feels and unresponsive. Everything just felt very scuffed and not very smooth. I really don't feel like this is worth any money. There's not enough content for it. The quality isn't that good. I almost want to say it's functional, but it's just not. It's just trash. Aim in Space. So I bought this game for €5 and it looks really, really scuffed. Aim in Space is a space simulator for training esports skills. Alright, esports skills. Let's go. I think I'm just gonna let my commentary speak for itself. And it looks like I'm playing something from like the 2000s, the early 2000s. Dude, it actually looks like I'm going back in time. I am actively training my esports abilities right now. I can feel it. Aim in Space is an exciting game with well-developed characters and intriguing story. But I am protecting my space nation from alien attacks. I shall save the people. Aim in Space. I want to undo this from my mind. Aim with Cats. It is an aim trainer, but with cats. I don't know what you expect me to say. It's a shitty aim trainer with shitty settings, with pictures of cute cats on the walls. It's pretty cheap, but again, it's pretty shit. I guess it's functional. Let's move on. Aim Expert. This game actually looks really cool, but it is on the more expensive side. It also has really good reviews. The settings are pretty minimal, and it looks more like a game than an aim trainer at first, but it's actually fun to play, and a lot of the levels feel like you're actually training your aim and feel way better than some of the previous aim trainers. It actually felt fun to train your aim. I was saving capybaras from bees and saving a city from a fucking volcano. Besides all of this, it also has normal training, and it kind of just felt like an aim labs. So overall, I really like this. I think it's fun for beginners to get into aim training with the levels. It has some exercises, but it is definitely on the more expensive side if you're looking for something that's more functional. Aim Theory Trainer. Everybody sounds very promising. Aim Theory Trainer is the scientific way to improve your aiming skills. Okay. Has a price tag attached to it, but the graphics and the looks of it are, well, you can make up your own mind. Overall, as an aim trainer, it feels like this is the bare minimum. The main upside is that it has a decent amount of exercises and they're all very easily customizable, but there's no playlists or routines. For this price point, I definitely expected way more, but I guess again, it's functional as an aim trainer if you want to spend that kind of money and if you don't care about the looks. Aim Trainer Pro. This one is even more expensive and is even less than the bare minimum. The settings aren't great again, and neither are the looks. It's actually very similar kind of than the last aim trainer, but it feels a little bit better to play. It still has some decent options to train. It has a slightly bigger library of things you can try, and it has a very basic custom level builder, but it still feels like too little for the money that you spend. This is never worth it. It is just trash as well. Roblox. Now I hear you thinking, a Roblox, an aim trainer? But everything exists in Roblox. It's actually kind of wild because it's completely free to download. I wanted to check it out, and of course it has multiple different aim trainers that you can try. I was actually blown away by how much you can do in Roblox, like how many things exist. It's also all super quick and easy to try out and get into, but obviously the aim trainers are really bad. The settings are bad. It is functional though, so I see this mainly being used maybe by kids or by very casuals. Aim blocks. And I quickly got distracted by the many different shooters that you can actually play on Roblox. You fucked? Yeah, no, I'm actually just playing a shooter. Valo blocks. Dude, no way that I got one shot. Why am I kind of enjoying this? No, I need to go. This is dumb. So overall, I would say it's functional. It's for a specific demographic, but I wouldn't recommend it. Aim Trainer X. Just like the Aim in Space, this is in that style where your screen doesn't move, it is just your mouse clicking things. But this was pretty cheap, so I didn't expect too much. It's $1. What do you want me to say? It help E in Fort. Although it has no settings at all. But at least this was a bit more fun to play than the aim training in space, and I felt less robbed. Like at best this is a cute little warm-up that you can do, but this would not make for a good aim trainer. So yeah, you can think of it what you want. Reflex. This also had a more expensive price tag to it for an aim trainer. Oh god. This is not good. But it was another interesting take, not just what you normally expect. With that I mean it's like a 3D arena that you can customize, but it's weird because it has no default exercises or no presets or anything. Like you have to make it yourself every time. And for that, you can't even customize it that much. There's only like a couple things you can do. So I felt like there was pretty much no content. Definitely felt robbed. It can be fun for a little bit to try and make some stuff, run around and shoot, but I don't think it's a good aim trainer at all. Toxic aim trainer. And it's spelled with a K. I might honestly have been the first person ever to buy this. Curious now, go ahead and try it yourself. I'm not sure, it has no reviews and it looks, well, kind of like the aim in space and the aim trainer X. So again, you're just pointing and clicking, but dude, this was an experience. Weed theme. Oh yes, yes. Let's do beginner circular trekking. I need a different theme, to be honest. Give me the pills theme. Jesus Christ. What? I have to track a pill. It's also more expensive than the Aim Trainer X. This is just not worth ever considering. Aim Hero. This one looks very promising, although I'm getting mixed signals. So bad, pretty good. Now I'm confused. But this guy got a seizure while riding it, so I don't know anymore. It is €5 and overall looks better than most of the aim trainers I've seen. It has pretty good settings. Does not have Valorant again. It has Paladins, but it has not that many scenarios to choose from. Although it has more than enough for all the basics and you can also customize them pretty easily. So I think as an aim trainer it is pretty good, but it's also pretty old. So back in the day this was probably one of the better ones, but right now there's so much competition, it feels like it kind of fell off. So overall, for it costing €5, it is pretty good, but not good enough to be up there with the big giants. Paints. Okay, listen, the only reason I include it here is because I've heard people talk about it, and I can kind of get behind it. Even though it's not as realistic as shooting in a game, you can kind of just work on your precision and just the control that you have over your mouse. By trying to flick from one side to the other, you can kind of see how straight your lines are, like how fluent your tracking is, and how far you are off. You can also just do precision exercises like drawing this kind of spiral, like as fast as possible without touching another line and being as close as possible, just to like try and get more control over your mouse. You can also try drawing as straight lines as possible, or a perfect circle, or whatever. It is interesting. I think it could have some benefit. It's very boring. It is completely free though. Do it as in for whatever you want. Mighty's FPS Aim Trainer. This one promises a lot. All new features you didn't even know you wanted from aim training, including replay system, advanced statistics, and a wealth of customization designed to rival other aim trainers. Okay, that's ambitious. It is €5. It is also one of the bigger files to download, but right off the gate, it feels really good because it has a lot of settings. And when it has a lot of settings, it's usually a good aim trainer. And I was right. It was easy to navigate. It has a lot of levels. It also feels good to play. And it has some bonus features like a replay system, the fact that you can make your own custom levels. Overall, really surprised by this one. I've never heard of it before, but it feels really good, especially for the price point. And I think it can rival Aim Labs and Kovacs. I think it comes more down to taste and style. So I'm gonna put this up there. I would definitely recommend people to check this out. Aim Master H. Now, I don't want to talk about this too long. I'm scared to launch this. It is definitely for a very special audience, and if this video reaches a lot of people, that audience might be here. But it's another super shitty point and click wannabe aim trainer. Not very good, very basic. I'm almost worried to show this, like the drawings at the back. It even has an 18+ version that for very obvious reasons I cannot show. Let's move on. Universal Aim League. This one is completely free and actually looks super interesting as well. So I was excited to try it because it's basically 1v1s multiplayer, but with aim training exercises. So you're put in a 1v1 arena, have to focus heavily on aim. It looked really cool, but when I wanted to try it, there was nobody playing the game. Matchmaking will open in 10. What the f? And that's also most of the reviews for the game, that it is dead and you can't actually play it, which is pretty sad. I think it's a unique concept and it is still completely free, but there's just not much to do right now. They have like a practice range, but the practice range is pretty bad. And it seems more useful for people who play CSGO. But yeah, I guess it's functional. Might be fun with friends. Simple Aim Trainer. This one isn't too expensive and it's pretty cool. Fast to load and easy to run on low-end machine. That's kind of good. Designed to be user-friendly and easy to understand at a glance. So just like the name implies, it is very simple. It is very intuitive, easy to get started with. It loads super quick. And I have to say, I'm a sucker for the design. so far, this is to me one of the better looking aim trainers. And not only that, making your own scenarios is super fun. Just look at this. It's so cool to just draw boxes and shapes and quickly create a scenario. And a little secret, this is the one that replaced aim labs for me. As of recording this, I already have multiple hours in this game. I just spent so much time creating my own playlist, custom scenarios. You can upload them online. You can see what other people uploaded online. I just love the sound design and the look and the feel. It loads super quick, so I just run a very quick warm-up in between my Valorant matches. This is by far the favorite aim trainer I've tried, and it's super beginner friendly and user friendly, so I cannot recommend it enough. Aiming.pro. Now this one is not available on Steam, but it is also completely free. This one is the most similar to Aim Labs. It has a bunch of scenarios. It looks and sounds very similar. Some things are paywall though. It does have a paid option, but unlike Aim Labs, it's a lot easier to customize levels in this one. It is also way more gamified with like ranks and progression updates, so I don't think I have too much to say about this. If you like Aim Labs, you'll probably like this, but with minor differences. So if you like the feel of this more, I'd definitely give it a shot. Definitely one of the better aim trainers, completely for free. 3D aim trainer. Now I accidentally put this in the tier list already. I confused it with aimbot. Let's move on. This one is completely free. Good for your aim. Bad aim trainer. Who am I supposed to believe? But it is one massive ad for SteelSeries, so you're gonna be reminded of SteelSeries every single time. It does seem to have most basic features. It has some scenarios that you can try to train your aim, but I'm really not a fan of the overall design, and especially the sound in this game. It doesn't have any customization as far as I know, and it is also very gamified, just like Aiming.pro. So this is really not my style, not my kind of aim trainer, but I could see some other people liking this more, so hey, it's a fully free, fully functional aim trainer. Feel free to try it if you want. Aimtastic. Once again, a completely free aim trainer that, well, again, looks very similar to a bunch of aim trainers we've seen before, but this time, the sound just gets even worse. It is very basic, it looks very basic, does not have many options, and even though I said it's free, a lot of extra stuff is paywalled behind the DLC. So even though I'm comparing this with the other aim trainers, they actually did cost money. So for just being a completely free option, it has enough scenarios, it is functional, you can train your aim, so you can try this one out. Aim Beast. This one is a bit more on the expensive side, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. And when you launch the game, it also seems pretty high quality. It has a lot of settings, and like I've mentioned before, if the settings are good, usually the aim trainer is good. And I was right. It actually just feels like a much better Aim Labs. It feels way more crisp, more clean, responsive. I like the look and feel way more. It has an easy to navigate menu, a bunch of scenarios and trainings that you can do. It even has a pretty extensive custom editor and even a multiplayer option. I tried it, but nobody was playing while I was there, so I don't know how active people are in this game. But I have to say Aim Beast is probably one of my favorite aim trainers out there. If it wasn't for the price tag, it was probably the best one. But if you're looking for something really good, try this one out. Aim FTW. Wake up, warm up, win. This one I'm very mixed about. It doesn't look great in my opinion, and when I try to look at the minigames that it has, I think I got immediately turned away from this. It feels very clunky, it's super unresponsive, kinda laggy. Mega Ultra Killing Sponsor, I just didn't really feel like I was training my aim at all. It has like some options for you to explore, but none of them felt fun to me. When I tried BattleBots, that was probably the worst experience of my life. This is the AI. It even has a shop and like a profile and other features that I don't think you need. But after all, it is still free, it is functional, so it's better than a lot of them on the list. Minecraft. We've had Roblox and Paint, okay? It doesn't get much weirder than that. I ended up downloading a custom map I found somewhere, and then you spawn in this like world. It plays like Beat Saber, so you have to like time where you look, where you go, and you mine some blocks, which I guess requires some aim. This is for a very specific audience, I don't know, man. I'll just put it here. Aim Camp. This one is over €5. It is over 5 gigabytes of download, holy. But it has a very different vibe to it. I don't think I need to describe what kind of vibe, you can probably tell. But it feels very clunky. And for me, definitely not like a good aim trainer. So I don't think I would ever be using this to try and improve my aim. But it does have a lot of different scenarios, and I assume that for some game this might be good. I don't know what game that would be. Maybe like Call of Duty. I never played it. But maybe for some demographic, this is good. To me, it doesn't seem that useful. But again, it has a lot of variety, so it's fine. Aim warm-up. This one is really cheap, but just look at the trailer for this. It is honestly so inspirational and heartwarming, and it just makes me want to train, you know? Then when I launched the game, I think I nearly got a seizure. But yeah, this is kind of what you can expect. It has one scenario that you can play. It feels really bad to play, but I realized that there's almost nobody on the leaderboard, so guess what I did? Ben is the GOAT. I think I'm rank 1. This leaderboard is just me. Ben is the GOAT is rank 1, then another Ben. Ben again. Ben. I dare anyone to try and break this, okay? I don't know, this was just a gimmick. It's not even worth your money. Aim go go go. I spent some good money on this and it looked pretty interesting. It already crashed, but it just kept crashing and crashing and crashing. This kind of sucks. Training aim. I spent €1 on this and I feel like I still got robbed. That was €1 too many. It's another stupid point and click, but this one is the worst one out of all of them I've tried. And I've tried some shitty ones, so stay away from training aim. Aim trainer shooting range. I forgot to add this on the tier list, so here's the picture. I think this is the most expensive one on the list, but it looks very cool and promising. It's clear that the idea is there, it's a cool concept, but oh my god, is the aiming in this game bad, because it smooths in. Like whenever you want to try and go somewhere and stop, your movement is like smoothened, so this does not compare to any other shooter game you will ever play. So this is terrible as an aim trainer. This will not help you, so that's very unfortunate, but it does come with a bunch of levels. There's a lot of things to do. There's no way that I get a kill cam on Bunny. This is so cruel. What the fuck? So I think the concept is really nice. I just wish that it would actually help your aim. And I also wish there was a bit more content because of how expensive it is. But I think it's still fun to play. True aim. This one was €5 and I'm gonna keep it short so we can wrap up this video. The settings look shit. The sensitivity in this game is shit. It looks like just a worse aim labs. The sound design is... Overall, this aim trainer feels like a massive scam. Here you have the final tier list of every aim trainer that I could find. So now you have another reason to try and look into aim training, to then just quit a couple days later. Hey, like an